How's it going, guys? This is Discount Dad, and I am starting a new playthrough of Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. This is the first game that really got me into computer role-playing gaming. It came out when I was, I don't know, 10, 12, something like that, and I remember going to the store with my folks, picking it up, and I read that rulebook, which must have been 80, 90 pages thick, maybe more, and I read every page of that thing on the way home while I was waiting for it to install, only to finally get there and have the game not run on my computer because it wasn't fast enough. So being able to buy it now on good old games and play it, boy, it's been... I've played it a few times since then, but it's just so crazy to be able to pick up a game for a couple of dollars and be able to play something like this on basically a potato these days. Alright, let's see. Got to pick a character name. I have already decided that I'm going to be playing a Paladin class character. Sort of an Imperial, part of the Imperial Cult, working for the Legion here on Morrowind. So let's see. I don't know. They have kind of Roman names. I don't know what to think of some name. I'm just going to go with Discount Dad here. Actually, let's go with Discount Paladin.
Well, not even last night's storm could wake you. I heard them say we reached Morrowind. I'm sure they'll let us go.
Do you think so? Why are they going to let you go?
Comes the car.
This is where you get off. Come with me.
All right, good old-fashioned WASD. Character models did not age so well. But I'll tell you what, I've been playing this game for the last few days, and outside, you know, the specifics of 3D graphics never age particularly great, but man, the art and the world building on this game is awesome. Spacebar is to activate. This game, if you've played Oblivion or Skyrim, there's, you know, some physics engines in those games. Nothing like that in this one.
Show you to the census office.
Here's the Silt Strider, best fast travel in the Elder Scrolls.
You finally arrived, but our records don't show from where.
Yeah, so as I said, I've already planned on playing as an Imperial. If you look through, there's a ton of races. Wood Elf, Wood Guard, or Red Guard, sorry, Orc, Nord, Khajiit, I think, Cat People. Maybe would be an Imperial, kind of the main Roman race. Here we go, let's see. None of these. This hair all looks like a 80s aging rock star. I'm looking for Paladin. Let's see. That's kind of close enough. So with Paladin, or with the Imperial, I have Longblade, Mercantile, and Speechcraft as racial skills. So I'm going to stick with those when I build my Paladin.
Great. I'm sure you'll fit right in. Follow me up to the office and they'll finish your release.
These mouth animations are great. So Cutius.
Yes, we've been expecting you. You'll have to be recorded before you're officially released. There are a few ways we can do this, and the choice is yours.
So if you do this one, answer his questions, it kind of gives you a, you know, like you make moral choices between ambiguous things or based on, you know, personal preferences, and it ends up building a class for you. Or you can choose from a standard class list, but I know what I'm looking for, so I'm going to create a custom class. So the major and minor skills both determine how strong the skills are at the start, and they determine which skills you can use to level up. I'm not sure I've played a ton of this game, but it's been a long time, so I'm not sure the exact relation between them. But I know my guy is mostly going to be using a shield, so that's block, heavy armor for sure. I think I'm going to be a longsword guy because that's what the Imperials are good at. So block, heavy armor, long blade. I'm going to add athletics, which is how quickly you run around. I'm going to be using heavy armor, so without that, my guy will just take forever to get anywhere. And then I don't want armorer as a main skill. That's how you repair equipment. Equipment does wear out in this game. I'm going to go with restoration, so my magic. You know, a paladin, I'm not going to be a ton of magic, but I definitely want to be able to heal myself in combat. I also don't think I need intelligence as a favorite attribute. I'm going to go with endurance for extra health. So for minor skills, I'm going to pick blunt weapons. I don't think a paladin would use an axe. I can't see carving people up. So let's go with armorer. Yeah, so blunt weapon and armorer. And then medium armor is good, you know, just in case I get chain or something like that. And then I'm going to go with mercantile and speechcraft. Now, I don't think that a paladin would really be like extra good at haggling. So I'm going to interpret that as being, you know, this guy, he's a paladin of the Imperial Cult. People see him. They know he represents, you know, the church or the government. And he's probably going to get a better deal than other people would, at least from people in the Imperial Legion or from Empire citizens, which the Dark Elves are
Very
Imperial
good.
citizens.
The letter that preceded, you mentioned you were born under a certain sign. And what would that be?
Now, these signs determine who you can date. No, I'm kidding. This is not a Dragon Age game. I'll pick Warrior, which just gives me a basic fortify, basically a passive bonus to attack.
Interesting. Now, before I stamp these papers, make sure this information is correct.
I'm sure it's fine. Go ahead, stamp away. So let's see. So long blade 45, that's my best. That's good. 35, 30, 35, 35. The only one I really wish I could have had more on is alchemy. In this game, you know, different ingredients have different effects, and but you don't get any of them if you don't have enough alchemy. So like eating food to restore fatigue, it doesn't work if you don't have high enough alchemy. Kind of weird. I think they improved that in later games. I'm not using a lot of mods here. This is functionally vanilla. One mod I am using is one that increases the resolution of the fonts. Basically, the fonts on any modern system are practically unreadable. Okay. Yeah, you use right-click to see your menus, and they just overlay on the world. You can move them around, which is kind of cool. You have down here in the corner, the bottom left, you have your health, your magicka, and your fatigue. Fatigue restores itself as time passes if you're not running. Health and magicka do not. You have to rest in this game.
Next building and talk to Celis Gravius.
Celis Gravius to leave. Now, these buildings are pretty cool. They have a lot of rooms. You know, you can go in here and take a look at stuff. Every crate has something in it. I'm a paladin, so I am not going to be stealing from Imperial citizens in this. Yeah, I have no problem looting people that I kill, but I'm not going to be just going around and breaking into people's houses. Now, that said, I have no problem eating the meal of these people who freed me. Okay, I got a dagger. You just drag and drop it onto your paper doll here. And then, yeah, you press F to pull out your weapon. And then you can stab away with it. There's an option to have your character always use the best attack, which I'm using. What that means is, like, with the dagger, if you look, its thrust is 5 to 5, and everything else is 4 to 5, so it's always going to thrust, because that's the most powerful attack. Other weapons might have significantly different damage profiles, and so it makes it so you always use the most powerful one. Alright. 31 coins. You know, I don't think I should steal this, but the game's really hard to start otherwise, so I'm just going to take it and say it was money that they meant to give to me. I am not going to steal all of their silverware, although I will take this liquor. I'm also going to take all the bread. I have a map menu, shows you the name of the place you're in and you're facing. So if you right click, you can pull up the map. It shows you like places of interest in the zoom in, and you can zoom out to see the whole world. In this case, it's the island of Vvardenfell, which is part of the Morrowind province. And then I believe this island is called Solstheim, and it is the location of one of the DLC, I believe. like I said, I've played a lot of this game, but it's been a long time, so I remember a lot of how it works, but some things are a mystery. Healing ring. I'll keep that, even though we're going to lose it in just a second, as you'll see. But this gives me a magic menu. So I can equip spells from here. Hearth Heal, I am a Paladin. A couple of racial powers. So, absorb fatigue. I don't know why being an Imperial allows you to take fatigue from someone, but it does. It also has Voice of the Emperor. This one kind of makes sense. You can charm people. So this, you can turn an enemy into a friend for a short period by using your Imperial presence. Unlike in later games, you can't equip one thing to each hand. You just have a melee, and then you have, by pressing R, you can pull up spellcasting. And you can press tab to go into third person. Press spacebar to talk to the captain. Do not try to persuade him. Yeah, you don't want to piss off the guy who's about to let you out of jail. Let me take your identification papers. Thank you. Word of your arrival only reached me yesterday. I am Celis Gravius, but my background's not important. I'm here to welcome you to Morrowind. The dialogue in this game is great. The way it works is you talk to people, and anything blue you can click on, and they tell you more about it. And by clicking on these keywords, you can learn them to ask other people about them later on. So, a lot of the time they'll just have generic stuff to say, like everybody will say latest rumors or a little secret. And you really don't need to click on it for everybody, because most people just have a canned response. But for a lot of people, you can learn something key by talking to them. You're in Morrowind. I don't know why you're here, or why you were released from prison and shipped here. But your authorization comes directly from Emperor Uriel Septim VII himself, and I don't need to know any more than that. When you leave this office, you're a free man. But before you go, I have instructions on your duties from the Emperor, so pay careful attention. What do I need to do? This package comes with news of your arrival. You are to take it to Caius Cosades in the town of Balmora. Go to the South Wall Corner Club and ask for Caius. They'll know where to find him. Serve him as you would serve the Emperor himself. I also have a letter for you, and a dispersal to your name. So I got directions, a package, and 87 gold. So let's see. Tell me about Caius. Report to him in Balmora. I can't tell you where to find him, but you're to go to the South Wall Corner Club and ask. Someone there can direct you. Where's Balmora? That's north of Seyda, Neen, so that's where I am, so I have to head north. The road passes Pelagiad Village and Fort Pelagiad, crosses a deep ravine, passes Fort Moonmoth, then turns west across the Odai River and into Balmora. The South Wall Corner Club is in the southeast Balmora, on the east side of the river. For more detailed directions, talk to Elon the Scout at Ariel's Trade House here in Seyda, Neen. But take my advice, you're new. Take the Silt Strider to Balmora. Fast, cheap, and safe. So the Silt Strider, like I said, that's the fast travel. And this was the last time that fast travel was good, in my opinion, in an Elder Scrolls game. You had to pay for it, which is what makes it nice. And you can only use it where there's one of these gigantic bugs. So I can't just sit around and teleport wherever I want to on the map. I have to find one of these big bugs, and then I have to pay the guy who owns it $13 or whatever, and then he can take you elsewhere. Now, this game has tons of buildings. Most of them don't have anything in it other than something to steal. So as a paladin, I'm not going to be breaking into all these guys' houses. And it's mostly okay. You're not going to miss anything story-wise. Oh, are you the one that the boat dropped off? Odd to see a boat arrive at that time of day. I swear those Imperials took my ring. Your ring? Yeah, I swear one of the guards has it. I had it last week before their weekly Let's Shake Down Fargoth ritual. An engraved healing ring, family heirloom of mine. You haven't seen it, have you? Well, I'm a paladin, so I'm probably not going to be robbing local wood elves, even if I don't like them, so yeah, I'll give it back. You found it. Amazing. Thank you, thank you. You're my favorite friend. I'll be sure to tell the others, especially my friend Ariel, who runs the trade house. Go see him, and he'll be happy to see you now. So his opinion of me jumped up to 100 out of 100, and as a result of this, Ariel, the shopkeeper, he likes me a lot more now too, which is going to be handy. That was not a very good spell, and it's much better to get a better deal on equipment from the trade house.
You want something, friend?
My time is precious, so make it quick.
I'm Indrili Rathrion. It's quite the name. Welcome to scenic Seyda, Neen, gateway to Morrowind. Are you looking for someone in particular? Well, who are you? What's your background? So see, I can ask her about the background even though she doesn't say it because I've learned about that before. A little advice. Phew, you're bitter green. Might as well wear a sign that says new in town. Buy a little goodwill. Lose a few drakes. Gain a friend. So that's when you persuade people. You could choose to bribe them. You give them some coins and they're more likely to like you. For most people, it's not worth doing, but sometimes for shopkeepers or other key NPCs, it might be worth it. I'm going to practice my persuasion on her, though. Admire. That did not work. She does not like me at all. Ooh. All right, down to 0. She has no patience for the Imperial Cult. Goodbye. What's your trade? Nothing I would tell you. Get lost. Okay. Well, she is not buying my act. Alright, so when you go into your view, you can hold down tab to get this kind of scenic, cool, I guess I'm assuming it was cool, paper doll of your guy. Oop, screenshot not enabled. Add screenshot enable 1 to the general section of Morrowind.ini. Huh, okay. Welcome to Ariel's Trade House. I barter for goods or coin. I also have the small selection of spells for sale. No credit? You want a little advice? That's free. That's all that's free. You want to hear about popular potions or scrolls? So see, his opinion of me is 90. I'm not going to risk persuading him because that's already pretty good. What are the popular potions? Cure common disease and cure blight disease are the most popular travelers. Fortify strength, endurance, speed, agility are very helpful in combat. Fortify personality is popular with merchants and shy purses. These fortify ones increase your stats temporarily. Fortify personality is good because it gives you better deals on goods, both for selling and buying. So whenever you're trying to trade, it's good if you have a fortify personality to save it up till you have a big trade option and then use it. But right now, let's see what's available. So I'm going to sell the Flynn, that potion, because I can't really use it anyway. So that gives me 64 gold from him on top of my 118 that I've got already. My guy, as I said, is a heavy armor guy, so first I need to pick up a weapon. Let's see, silver short sword. I'm looking for long swords, long blades. Here we go, iron saber, long blade. The chop does 5 to 18 damage, and it costs 24 gold. I can also buy this one that does 1 to 18, not nearly as good. And it costs 40. I guess that's because of the higher condition. It's got 800 condition instead of 700. That's okay. My guy has armor, so it won't be too long before I can repair that myself. Now, I think I need some armor. So iron is not as good as silver, or steel, but it's much cheaper. So I'll start with the iron shield. I want to get that first because it'll allow me to start building up my block stat. Let me sell this blade, or the dagger. Okay, so I'm still profitable. So I've got 16 gold credit. As you see, they all have armor ratings, right? This is the Cheatin Quiris, armor rating 3. Those change depending on your skill. So a character who's a light armor character might see a much higher armor rating there. Let's see, iron helmet, steel helmet. Does this have a steel? No, so steel chest plate is not available. So let me see, I guess I'll buy the iron chest plate. I'll buy steel pants, I guess. Iron glove, iron upper glove, steel. I don't really have enough money for both probably, so I'll buy steel helm and iron pants. Ooh, nope, I don't think I can afford it. 156. You can haggle a little, but that's a stretch. Let's see, which one's most expensive? Probably the steel helmet. I guess I better go with the iron helmet. 130. That I might be able to haggle him on. Let's see. Offer. Nope, refused. Okay, what if I give him all 4 of my breads? 128. Nice, okay. So I'm completely out of gold, but I've got a pretty decent kit. Let's see, let's put it on. Oh, I don't have
quickly,
the shield
Outlander,
on.
or go away.
Well, I look like the Tin Man meets a robot, but not so bad. I don't think there's any problem with talking to someone while you've got your weapon out. Let's see. Oh, actually it does. See, his opinion of me is 85.
To what do I owe the pleasure,
90.
Cyrodiil?
Okay, well that's good to know. I didn't remember that. Alright, let's start a save game here. Discount Paladin 1. Alright. So we go upstairs. You look like you could use a friend. Help me recover some gold. That's right, I had a bad run of luck playing 9 holes. Lost a bit of money. Normally I'd be fine. We can usually keep some gold in our pockets. Yeah, from shaking folks down. I know some of them are holding out on me. I'd like you to find Fargoth's hiding place. Boy, that poor wood elf is really getting shook up. I know the little fetcher's got one somewhere. I'm not sure where yet. I've already gone through his whole house, so I know he's not hiding it. I'd like you to find where he's stashing his gold, if you can. I'll give you a share of the wealth. Are you up for it? That doesn't sound like a paladin job. In fact, it sounds like something the Imperial Legion shouldn't be doing. No, thank you. Well, find someone else to do it then. Yeah. Maybe I'll try persuading this guy. Well, he's not intimidated. Let's see. Tap this a little. Yikes. Well, okay. So he does not like me now, but it sounds like he's not a very good Imperial Guard, so I think we're okay. Raffler the Braggart. Let's see. Training? So the training in this game is great. You can trade gold for for skill points, which help you level up and get your skills better. The better your skill, the more it costs to train, and some people can't train you depending on what your stats are. It sounds kind of cheesy, but really it's a great throwback to early editions of Dungeons & Dragons where experience was directly related to the amount of gold you gained. So it's kind of cool that you can turn your gold into basically level ups. I don't know if it's super realistic, but, you know, like how long am I going to sit here with this guy and train for him to make me better at Longblade when I'm already a paladin and he's some braggart in a bar? But it's still a fun throwback to early tabletop role-playing games.
May the wind be on your back.
I don't think any of these people have anything important to say. What's your trade? I'm a bard. As an entertainer, I share songs and stories, so they tell you about the different classes. But, you know, he doesn't have anything. Usually if they have something unique to say, it'll be in their first sentence. They're not, you know, just services and latest rumors. That's not going to tell me anything particularly new. He tells me about Solstein, probably because he's the first person I've asked about rumors. That's the DLC. The frozen island up north, right? Sounds awful to me. If you're looking to get there, you might check for transportation in Kuhl. Cool? I don't know. What's your background? Oh, I'm Tandram Andalen, Bard. I'm pretty sure these names were made with a random name generator. Albesius Cololius, welcome to scenic Seyda Neen, gateway to Morrowind. Are you looking for someone in particular? See, again, he doesn't really have anything particular to say, because he doesn't have anything on here. You know, occasionally you might see somebody who's got something else to say, but usually it'll be obvious.
Wealth beyond measure.
Here we go. Go ahead, you're not interrupting anything. I'm Elone. Scout, do you need directions? So see, she's got a lot of things right off the bat here. So let's see, I'm looking for Balmora. Balmora is the district seat of House Halalu, in the largest settlement on Vvardenfell after Vivek City. Good roads lead north from here to Balmora, passing through Fort Pelagiad and Pelagiad village. From Balmora, the roads lead north to Aldrune, through the town of Caldera. So once I hit Balmora, I could go up there. Maybe I'd better write down the directions to Balmora for you. It's a long walk and a little confusing. Caldera? Caldera is a recently chartered imperial town and mining corporation north of Balmora, on the road to Aldrune. The Caldera Mining Company has been granted an imperial monopoly to remove raw ebony from the rich deposits here. Caldera is a new town, recently built in the Western imperial style, and most of the citizens are outlanders and new colonists. Alright, let's see, will she train me? I don't offer services to the public. So that means that she belongs to a guild. There's several guilds in this game. Fighters Guild, Thieves Guild, Mages Guild, and then I believe that there's a couple of native, I think they're called the Dunmer, Dark Elf guilds as well. I have never joined one of those, and it's mostly because when I've played this game in the past, I end up just getting super distracted with side quests, messing with the enchanting system or things like that. So let's see here. Balmora. Yeah, this game without a mod, the signposts don't actually show you where you're going. You just mouse over them, they give you a tooltip. So Balmora, that's where I'm going. Alright, so if you look in the bottom corner there, my fatigue is going down. So that's the Silt Strider. But right here is a door. And anytime you see one of these doors, basically it's a little mini dungeon. And there are a ton of mini dungeons in this game. So before I go in, I'm going to do a quick save. And I'm going to save over my game. Discount Paladin 1. Yeah. Right, let's check it out. Adam Asartis. There aren't quests in the usual manner of quests that you might be expecting where you get experience, anything like that. Because there isn't experience in this game. There's just... Oh, she found me. Alright. So as you see, you got to hold down the attack button. Alright. So I got her. If you're used to playing the later Elder Scrolls games, this one could be a surprise where you like, I hit that lady, why didn't she die? In this one, rather than your skills giving you an increase in your damage, it gives you an increase in chance to hit. Damage is based on the weapon. So it'll look like you're hitting, but you'll just miss a lot. And it's just something you have to get used to. Alright, so light boots, not very good, but I might as well put them on. They're better than my shoes. Alright, and a key for the dungeon, and then 5 gold pieces. So I do have a couple of UI mods on here that don't actually impact the game, or they don't impact, the strength or balance of the game, but they're just easy things. So normally I press Dispose of Corpse to get rid of this body so it doesn't just sit here forever. It would add these pants and shirt to my inventory. I don't want them, so I can hold down Control and press it, and yeah, so it just disposes of them. So little things like that I think are worth doing, but generally I like to play the game vanilla. There's a bunch of mods, this game is really old, so there's a bunch of mods now that can do basically anything you want. Increase the draw distance, all sorts of stuff. Increase the texture quality. I'm not running any of those. But you can if you want to, but I personally prefer a vanilla experience. Got him. Ooh, but I'm almost dead. Cast my healing. Pull out my weapon again. This lady's got got throwing daggers. Got her. Alright, come on. Boom! Alright, got her. Nice. Alright, so let's loot them. Let's see. Dagger. Weight 1.5 for 6 value. Yeah, that's worth it. Probe. These are used to disarm traps. Throwing star. Yeah, I get that. Lockpick, get it. Shoes, pants, bracer. I've already got iron gauntlets, not worth it, so throw all that away. Let me go back and loot this mage. Alright, none of that's worth anything. Okay, get rid of it. Another copy of the key. I've already got one, so I'm not going to keep that. Warhammer. It's worth 40, but it weighs 32, so I won't keep that. Another Flynn. Soul Trap spell. Worth 195 with weight 0.2. That's worth it. So Soul Trap I'll probably get into later on. That's for enchanting. You have to capture enemy souls and gems, and you can use those to power up either to recharge or to create new enchantments for magic items. And some of the things you can make, you can really end up breaking this game by doing cool stuff. Oh, nice, a pauldron. Alright, I got one shoulder pad. Yeah, you can, like, once you get into it, you can really, you know, you can make it to where your character can basically almost fly, completely invisible when crouching, all sorts of things. So it's really fun to do, but, you know, you can eventually wear it out to where it makes it to where the game's not fun anymore. Let's see, oh, a steel axe. Well, it's still, the weight to value is not so good, but I'll keep it for now. And I'll go back to Seyda Neen to sell this stuff before I leave. Gold, gold, gold. I'll take it all. So the stuff I'm taking here, that's moon dust. It's kind of a drug. Alright, I'm going to eat these things. I'm not positive. I think sometimes they have an effect on your alchemy skill. But as you see, it didn't actually do anything. Because my skill's not high enough. So you might as well just eat them. Oops, dropped that one. That's okay. Ones that are worth any money I'm not going to eat, but otherwise. Alright, that ring's worth good money. Expensive skirt, take it. I don't know what these guys are smuggling. Alright, common pants, common shirt, skooma. Nice. That's a drug. Alright, let's do a save because we just beat that. No, I'm resting. One interesting thing about the loot in this game is that it's randomly generated also, mostly. So you don't always see the same things. Sometimes you do. Like, as far as I can tell, that's always a Rising Force potion. But there's a lot of places where you open a chest or something like that, and there's different items in there. And they're randomized and leveled. Why can't I jump here? There we go. Boom. Alright, got him. Alright, I'm going to eat that rat meat because it's not going to do anything to me anyway. Let's see. Leather pauldron. A thief ring. Ooh, fortify agility, speed, and personality for 30 seconds. So like I said, right, the personality thing, that could be really handy. This ring is only worth 14 coins, but 5 extra personality could pay for itself over the course of, you know, enough trades, enough high value trades. You can loot all of these for very low value mushrooms, but I don't think it's really worth it. Let me see my alchemy here. 20. Okay, I actually have gained some alchemy points by eating things, so that's not too bad. Let me quick save because I've beaten all those encounters. Another pauldron and a torch. Anything back here? Nah. Oh, the jumping is a little wonky here. They don't expect you to be jumping in heavy armor in this cave, apparently. Alright, now I'm back to the entrance. There's one thing left to do in here. What are these guys smuggling? It's slaves. They're a bunch of jerks. Alright, so let's see. Badargo, do you have the key to these braces? Will you let me go free? You have the key. Will you let me go free? Yeah, this is kind of a weird thing where they give you the option for it. But I mean, you're an Imperial, you don't believe in slavery, and they don't have you, like, you know, there's no moral ambiguity where they give you like a huge reward so that you could play a bad guy or anything. So really, I can't imagine anyone not pressing go free, so I don't know why they make it an option at all.
You honor me.
Alright, that's it for the dungeon. Alright, we finished. And so our health and our magic are both down a little. So I'm going to use my magic to heal before I rest. That way at least I train the magic. And then I'll rest. So you press T to rest. You can do it until healed, or you can rest to a certain time, like if you don't want it to be nighttime anymore. But I'll just rest until healed. Oh, rest was interrupted by this thing. A scrib. Scrib jelly. That's actually worth a lot. I'll take that. Alright, now I'm going to run back to town and sell all my loot. And then I'm going to get down to Balmora. There we go. Now this game, you know, like I said, it's before fast travel. So there's a lot of sections where you have not a ton of running, but, you know, kind of a ton of running. You guys let me know whether you want me to pause the recording when it's any of these long, uneventful running situations, because I don't mind pausing it, just so you don't have to watch the travel.
It is really
That
no
said,
trouble at all.
I kind of like it. Oh, got to get rid of that moon sugar. That's right. These guys will not buy or trade with you if you're carrying drugs. Some, you know, you might be able to find a fence who will, but most of the reputable dealers won't. So these are worth a ton of money, but they really make it a pain to deal with them. I'm gonna just sit for a minute and let my fatigue reset. The fatigue, the green bar, it affects how all of your stats work. So it affects how your persuasion works, mercantile, how that works. It affects how accurate your attacks are and your spellcasting success. So you really want to make sure that your character is fully rested before you do any of those. Alright, so now that I'm done there, let me sell all this stuff. Throwing star, steel axe, leather pauldron, common shoes, skirt, flynn. I don't know what a rising force potion does, but I don't think my guy can even use it. Scrib jelly, gem feeders. I'm going to keep these. They're worth a lot of money, so maybe I'll, well, you know, he likes me a lot. I'm actually going to sell all those. Because he likes me a lot, I'm going to get more money from him than I could from somebody else. The torches I will keep. I should have left the key somewhere else, because otherwise I'm going to be carrying this around forever. So I'll keep that, but I'm going to drop it off before I leave. Then let's see. Can I get... Do I have a right pauldron? I have a right pauldron, so I'll buy the steel left pauldron. So that's an upgrade there. And then are there steel boots? Or iron boots even? No, nothing. So I'm torn. I'm thinking about upgrading to these steel versions, but they're pretty pricey compared to what I already paid. You know, I don't want to lose all the money on it, but they're much better. And I've got kind of a lot of money now. Let's see. You know, I think it's okay. I think I'm going to just buy the new one, and I'll do the rest later. So I'm going to try to haggle up here. Not a ton, but just a little. Let's see if that works. Yeah, nice. Okay, and then let me check out these spells. When you do a deal with somebody, you see that 91, they end up liking you more. You're trustworthy. Let's see. So my school is restoration. So fortify luck. I actually don't know all the things that luck impacts. Father's hand, resist magicka, 10% for 5 seconds. That doesn't seem handy to me. For my guy having to switch between magic and melee just to cast that, I don't think it's worth it. It is nice to gain these effects because later you can make your own versions of the spells that are more powerful if you have the effect. So it might be worth buying that to eventually create my own resist magicka that's much more powerful. Yeah, you know what? For that, I think I will buy it just to have the effect. Alright. And I still have 528 gold. Alright, let's put on my new pauldron. Sorry. And how do we look? Kind of like a steampunk badass. I wish I had better boots. But better than nothing. Oh, come on. Always run mode. Alright. And so, with that,
Yes?
it's time to head to Balmora. So I'm going to get out here to the crossroads, and I think that'll end it for this session, because we're pushing up on 40 minutes. I hope you guys join me next time, as this discount Paladin and I head toward Balmora to try to meet Caius Casades, the Imperial contact that we were, for some reason, freed from government jail and sent on a ship to a distant island by the Emperor himself to meet. We're not quite sure who we are or why we were freed, and we have no idea what we're doing here, but I'm sure we're going to find out. Probably not shortly, but in several sessions. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you come back. Make sure you subscribe, and you can catch every episode as Discount Paladin and I go through Vvardenfell and figure out what's the deal on Morrowind.